Hi, this video is to show you how to export your regression results to Word or Excel spreadsheet. First, I'm going to talk you through the process and I will demonstrate an example. The first step is to create a location in your computer where you want the results or to be stored once you export the results from from Stata. Now, the process to do that is to use the starter code of CD and then copy the URL of the location you want to store the result in your computer and paste it in the inverted comma and then enter. After that, the next step is to install Outreg2 in your starter. To do that, you use this command, xxe install Outreg2. And then the third step is to run your regression. And once you run your regression, you follow this step in 4 to export your result to the location you specify earlier in step 1. So in step 4, this is the command you type Outreg2 using regression _ results command dec, which is the number of decimal you want in your regression results. In this case, I specify 3, and then replace Word. If you want to export your result to Word, then you use Word. If you want to export your result to a spreadsheet, then you use Excel. Now, to open your result, you could go to the location in your computer and access that particular folder, or you could simply click on the hyperlink on your starter, which will open either the file or the location in your computer where the result is stored. Now I'm going to demonstrate the process for you. To get that done, we are going to run regression. We're going to install the Outreg2 first. Of course, I install it on this computer, and then we will run regression and export the regression results to a location we specify. So the first step is to create a location on my computer. So I am going to create a location in my computer from documents. Now, you need to ensure that the location you are creating your folder where the result will go is a location that you have access to store information in, or you can store information. So in this case, I'll use documents, which is common with every computer. So I'll create a folder, just call it regression. And I'm going to open this folder I just created, regression. And I'll copy the URL. So what I simply need to do is to double click on this space here. So I'm able to copy my URL from the computer drive. So once I've done that, I'm going to type here the command cd space inverted comma paste with Ctrl+V, or you paste manually, and close the inverted comma, and then click enter. So that, of course, has given Stata instruction where to store the information once it is exported. The next step is to install my Outreg2. You remember the command we used earlier? We are going to use this command here, which is xxe install Outreg2. So xxe install Outreg2. So enter. It takes a few seconds. So basically, it has installed. All files already exist and are up to date on my computer. This is simply because I already have it on my starter. So if you already have it to your starter, this is what you'll find. If you don't have it, of course, it will tell you that it has been installed if you follow the command. Now that I've done this process, the next step I will do is to run a regression. So I'm going to write regress, or you could say reg. In this case, I'll say reg. I'm going to regress productivity with the log of asset, and then the log of revenue. Then I'll click enter. So basically, I have my regression result here. Normally, some people could copy this manually. If you are comfortable with manual copy, you could look at my other video on that process. So I'm going to export this result to my spreadsheet, and I will use a command which I specify in step 4 earlier, which is this step here. So I'm going to say Outreg2 using regression underscore results command, the number of decimal, deck tray, replace with word or replace with z. Outreg2 using regression underscore results, and I'm going to type in command and space deck tray. You could also type deck 4, deck 2, depending on how many decimal points you want to include in your regression. And I'll have space, replace, word, and then click enter. So basically, you could say that this has worked. If I was interested to check my file in the location, I'll click on directive or directories. So when I click on directory, this is what it opens on my other screen. So basically, you can find the regression results here in Word document. So basically, this is the regression results which I've just run. Now, if I am interested in spreadsheets instead of, one thing you should know is that once you run your regression here, and then you run another regression and export it here, it's going to replace this folder here. So if you are running panel data and you're running different regressions, so all you simply need to do is to copy these results and put it in a different folder, so that the Stata will not replace this result. Now I'm going to run, or you could change the name of this regression. That could also help, so that new regression will come to this folder. The next step I'm going to run is to change this word to a Z. You can follow the same step by typing this formula, but I already have this formula here. And I'll simply just change the SZ to the word to SZ. Then enter. Again, I could just open the spreadsheet instead of going to the directory or my folder. I'll click on this one here. So that opens the SZ spreadsheet. Now you'll notice the arrow square is there, the number of observation is there, and then you have the other information here. Now, to clarify, this process of Outreg2 only works with regression estimates. If you run something like correlation, for instance, correlation of, let's say, for instance, these two figures, okay, then we click enter. So you can see the correlation here, correlation matrix. So it's basically not going to work if you use this formula. So what you basically need to do in this case, you will need to copy it, and to copy from your result, watch my other video, which is more detailed on the step you need to take. That's all I'm going to demonstrate, and thank you for watching this.